Hello, folks. Bill and Brian with Energy Rogue here. On behalf of OGGN, listen, we just want to touch on the market a little bit. And when we're done, we're going to give you a place to go look and learn even more about the market. So, Brian, where are we going?
Let's see. Well, listen, we are going to talk a little bit about crude supply and demand and take a look at each one of this. This is our platform. You can learn a little bit more. There is a link down below. Well, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but let's take a look at demand. Our refining inputs are 16.6 million barrels a day. That's a lot. And historically, that's actually been on the high side. Let's take a look at history. And all our charts are interactive, downloadable, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, you can see we're not at the 5-year highs, but we definitely have grown, especially since the beginning of the year. I
Right.
know we had some turnarounds, but I mean, we're up at least 1 million barrels a day, and that means a lot.
And we should
So,
be at this time of year. Just this is normal
yep,
increase for this time of year.
yep.
Uh, that just remember. So, what is our total production, Brian?
Let's see. On the supply side, we have 12.8 million barrels a day, and as you can see on that side, we were kind of hanging in the 12 to 12.3 million barrels a day, and we popped up. Bill and I actually think this might be more of a reporting issue than an actual production change because we've gone in depth on some rigs and what's happened this year on rigs. And as you can see, this has dropped off, which is going to have an impact.
Right.
But
We talk
the,
talk a lot more detail about that on other videos.
yep.
So,
And
good thing to note here, folks: 12 million barrels, 12.8 million barrels worth of production, 16 million barrels worth of refining. So, where does all those other barrels come from, Brian?
well, number one, on the demand side, we have exports, and that's something that 5 years ago would have been like we're almost exporting 5 million barrels a day, but we're importing 6.7. And a lot of people ask, well, why is that? Is crude oil? Are we independent? Well, we're exporting because we have light barrels, and we import heavy barrels from Saudi Arabia as well as some other countries. So it more has to do with crude quality than.
When refineries were built, and realized that no new refineries have been built since the 70s. When the refineries were built, we were moving heavy crude oil, and that's what the refineries were built for. What we're producing now is light crude oil, and they can't refine it as well or as efficiently and get the yields that they want. So we still export crude oil, import crude oil.
Yep. And that's part of the reason that we actually went up on price. We had a pop up because Saudi Arabia and Russia extended their supply curtailments. And as a result, the price responded more now in the high 80s, 87. And we have some thesis and some theories what it might do from here. And we cover that with a lot of our members. If you want to learn a little bit more, you can click this link right down here, this link right here. This is where you want to go. This is going to take you to this page where we go a little bit deeper. And then if you want to learn a little bit more about Energy Rogue, there's a trial period, or you could book a meeting with us if you want to discuss that. But ultimately, what we're taking a look at is when Saudi Arabia and Russia decided to extend their supply curtailments, it impacts this 6.7. How is a much, much deeper issue. So I think that's all we're going to cover on crude, right?
That's right. Just go to that gas.
Okay, nat gas. Nat gas on the supply side, we're at 102.8 BCF a day. New numbers are going to be reported a little bit later today. This is Thursday right now. We just had storage injections reported today, which were 33, which were probably about 10 less than expectations. That's because of bullish demand. And this side of the equation, electric demand has been off the charts. As a matter
Right.
of fact, on our Discord channel, one of our members was talking about, where is it? ERCOT. Yeah.
Right.
The Texas power grid went to stage 2 emergency last night. So that's not in the heat of the day. So this electric demand, it is straining some parts of the country. This heat dome has kind of covered it. We go in depth with a lot of weather analysis and really go a little bit deeper. If you want to learn a little bit more, click through to this page. And we touch on it a little bit more, but you might have to book a meeting if you really want to go in deep, because that's a deep topic and we'd be here all day. And we're trying to keep this to 5 minutes, and I've already failed.
That's right. So let's not fail. It's just that we love to share. So book a meeting with us and listen. We appreciate you being on OGGN. It's the biggest oil and gas global network, and now you know why.
Yes, you know why. And so thanks so much. Thanks for being a member of OGGN. Thanks for subscribing to the Sunday Update, and we will see you next week.
All right, Brian, roll our short logo.
And by short, I clicked the long one. So sorry about that, folks. Have a good one.